Good morning and welcome to Children's Worship. Today we're focusing on our monthly theme of nurturing generations. And in our worship today, we're going to focus on being kind and cherishing you, kids. How come it's so important to cherish young people? It's very important. Yeah, so that's what we're going to focus on today. And so the song that we're going to sing is a song called Building Bridges. You might remember it. This is how it goes. Building bridges between our divisions. Try that.
Building bridges
Between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me?
I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me?
With all of our voices and all of our visions.
With all of our voices and all of our visions.
Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Nice, let's try it all together. Here we go. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Nice. So for this part, you're going to need a partner. And if you don't have a partner, you can be a bridge yourself to yourself, okay? But the way this works is we sing the first verse, and you and your partner have to make a bridge while you're singing the first verse the first time. And then we'll switch it up and you'll try it again, okay? So by making a bridge, I mean with your body. You're going to have to figure out a bridge, and then we'll sing the second time, maybe even a third time. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Another way you can make a bridge. Ready? Go. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. One more time. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Very nice. Our chalice lighting today is enthusiastically done at the home of Jack. Here he is.
Okay.
Double thumbs up for life. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather an online community to celebrate the glories and mysteries of this great gift. Awesome. For our mindfulness practice today, I wanted to show you something. And that is, it's a birth announcement. Can you see it? Yeah, it has stars that come down to a little baby. My cousin, who is like 70 years old now, she gave me this birth announcement. And I never had it before, right? Our families got separated when I was very, 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 very little. And so I didn't even know her until she found me online last year. And lo and behold, she had saved my birth announcement for 50 years in her heart. She had always been wondering what happened to me, how I was doing. She tried to find me. So it was an amazing thing for her to cherish me, to cherish my life in a small part of her heart for 50 years. And then when she met me, she said, "Oh, look, here's a little picture of you." Isn't that adorable? I thought so. Anyway, I share it with you because I felt so cherished. And I think all of us know that feeling of being cherished when people love you so much that there's this special place in their heart that combines both a feeling of kindness, but also this feeling of wonder and joy that your life is on this earth, you know? So for our mindfulness practice today, I brought out the mindfulness jar, but we're not going to use it like we normally do. We're going to be using it to remind ourselves that we, our bodies, and our whole selves are the stuff of stars. Did you know that? Our bodies are made of the stuff of the universe, and some people say we are the stuff of stars or the dust of stars. So it's pretty amazing to think about our bodies as being the stuff of the earth and the stuff of the universe originally, right? Millions and millions and millions of years ago. It all has come to result in this body that we have. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I'm going to shake up the mindfulness jar, and we're just going to breathe and be amazed and wonder and sit with this reality that the stars are in us. Yes. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. When you think about it, it's pretty amazing that we are the stuff of stars. And in fact, we are made of such beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dust. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time, breathing in, breathing out. Good. So if you ever think because of your age or somebody is saying something that you're too young or you're not wise enough or whatever, you can just remind them that we are all much, much older than people might say, right? We are as old as the universe is old. Now, for our moment of inquiry, I asked our president to be a question. I mean, not the United States president to be, our church president to be, because I wanted to feel some sense of hope that in June, after the church's election, if this person gets elected, that they are going to cherish you, right, as children. And that was really important to me. So I asked him, his name is Gregory North, to share a little bit about what he thinks about this idea of cherishing our kids, meaning you, right, and those around you. And here's what he had to say.
Well, first, as the father of 5 daughters, I have to say children mean a lot to me. But as a board president to be, I need to think about our ends as a congregation. And this particular end of cherishing and respecting our youth is so important for us to think about as a congregation and to make sure we know what it means to all of us. To me, first, it means listen. We need to really listen to you and respect what you have to say. Our first Unitarian Universalist principle is the inherent worth and dignity of all. It doesn't say anything about age. We have so much to learn from you. Second, it means being open to the sense of wonder and transformation of new ideas you bring to our congregation. We're so often inspired by our children and youth, as we were recently with Harley's leadership of our Eco Challenge 2020 that addresses the real crisis that is climate change. With Harley's inspiration, over 100 congregants at First Unitarian have already joined the Eco Challenge 2020. And finally, serve. We are seeing more and more opportunities for our children and youth and people of all ages in our congregation to worship, learn, and work together. And along with you, we have the opportunity to build a rich community that takes advantage of the unique gifts we all have. Together, we are making a difference in each other's lives, in our faith community, and in the Rochester region overall. I really believe that cherishing and respecting our children and youth is what we all need to do together to build our future, because our children and youth are the future of our church and of our world. I really appreciate the time to speak with you today, and I look forward to meeting every one of you and having the opportunity to listen to what you have to say and to be open to your ideas and to work together with you to make those ideas happen. Thanks and have a great day.
So thank you, Gregory, for sharing your thoughts. It really is true that every person of every age has inherent worth. Our story today is about this. It's about cherishing people of every age, and especially teenagers. Our story today comes from the Buddhist tradition, and it's a short story called The Stolen Axe. Now, there was once a man who was a woodcutter, and he woke up one day and realized that his axe was missing. And he looked everywhere for it, and he was very frustrated. And then he looked next door, and he saw the teenage boy next door looking very, very suspicious. He said to himself, I bet he took my axe.
I bet he took my axe.
He looks very suspicious.
He looks extremely suspicious.
He's almost flaunting it that he stole it, and I don't know.
He's almost flaunting it that he stole it and I don't know.
Now, meanwhile, the teenage boy was just hanging out in front of his house, looking very, very cool. He had his hands in his pockets and just going about hanging out front, doing nothing. And the man just kept spinning in his mind, like all the ways that probably this youth had taken his axe. Maybe he stole it, he thought.
Maybe he stole it.
Maybe he sold it.
Maybe he sold it.
Yeah, so he had all these ideas and he was just very frustrated. Anyway, the next day he got up again and he was going to go, really wanted to cut some wood. So he went out back by his wood pile, and sure enough, right behind his stack of wood, he found the axe. Now, when he looked over at the teenage boy that day, guess what? He no longer looked suspicious. He no longer looked like he was bad intended. He actually just looked like an ordinary teenager. Yeah. Huh. And that is the end of the story. Now, I'll give you a few seconds to write something in the chat about what you think this story might teach us or remind us about as Unitarian Universalists. Yep, you can write that right in the chat. What did you think, Olin, in terms of the story? What did you think it had to teach us or remind us about?
I think the story reminds us how important it is to look at yourself and maybe realize what you're doing and how you're seeing things before you look at others to see what they're doing.
So self-responsibility. So to look at what you're doing and reflect on your own choices before you start accusing other people of things that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. How about you, Hannah?
I think it's telling us not to judge anybody, whether it's involving age or race or anything like that.
Yeah. So not to have prejudice, right? Prejudgment about somebody, depending
Yeah.
on whatever features they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are two really good answers. Yeah, I was thinking about that story and our first principle, the inherent worth and dignity of every person, especially about cherishing kids, right? If we're going to nurture generations, we need to make sure that we're nurturing you and older people too, right? That people at any age can be, the targets of really, really negative thinking and negative actions just because of the way they look. It's one of their identities, and age is one of those identities. Yeah. It reminds us all about accepting each other and encouraging each other to grow, not to put each other down. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in the spirit of this teaching, I've asked Anna to come and teach you something because Anna, she's one of our UUs, and she has a very amazing story. Like Harley, she's very much all about taking care of the earth. But the other thing about Anna is, from a young age, even when her parents weren't into all the recycling and all this, the earth-based friendly actions that she takes, she just went ahead and she has been little by little turning her life into a more earth-friendly way of living. Even if the older people that were surrounding her weren't in agreement, she just kept doing little things. And here's some of the things she wanted to share with you.
Hi, my name is Anna, and today I'm going to be showing you some things you can do to be eco-friendly and help our planet. One thing that you can do, I think is very easy, is bring a water bottle, reusable water bottle with you wherever you go so you can drink water and get water easily without buying or using a plastic water bottle. Now this is a plastic water bottle, but it's a reusable one. Another thing that you can do is use things that are canned in glass. Glass is a better way to buy things in because it's better for the environment, and you can reuse it and use it for other things. There's a ton of things you can use it for. Another thing you can do is buy in bulk. This is just oatmeal in here that I bought in bulk. You can also buy many other things such as pasta, and you can find these things at Lori's food market. Another thing that I think is like very, very fun and really nice to use are these beeswax scraps. And these just go over your like plates or dishes, like when you're done eating, if you have leftovers, just put these over.
Thank you, Anna. So many good ideas that she has. And I hope that you're continuing to participate in our Eco Challenge or just doing earth-friendly things on your own. Because when our earth is well, our kids are well, right? All of us are well. Yeah, it's true. So to close, let's sing This Little Light of Mine, shall we? And you can put movement to it if you like. Getting ready? Here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building up our world, building up our world. I'm gonna let it shine. Building up our world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up our world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere you go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I hope you'll do some shining today. And I send you big love from church. See you next week.